What is up, everyone? Some exciting news about Season 13 of Go Battle League just dropped. The whole season schedule, all the new formats, rewards, Go Battle days. We're going to be talking all about that in a separate video, as today is only for the most exciting part of the update, the move changes. We aren't getting as big of an update as last season, but we are getting some very impactful changes, which I'm quite excited for, so let's just get right into it. Starting off with a wing attack buff, which will get its energy increased. Wing attack is currently a 7 energy move, so I would assume they don't go higher than 8 energy on it, because anything more would just be overpowered. Wing attack has always been a pretty mediocre move, so I think this change is pretty nice and will definitely give Golbat, Noctowl, and Pelipper in particular a lot more play. Especially Noctowl, which has been destroying the play Pokemon circuit already, is just going to be even stronger there, which I think is a very good thing. Lickitung Medicham is running rampant in the play Pokemon circuit, and a buffed Noctowl is going to be really good to stop that core. And honestly, my favorite Open Great League meta ever was when Pelipper was running rampant, so I'm all for a little more Pelipper supremacy. Fortunately, this makes Wing Attack, Charizard, and Gliscor a little better. Is it enough to make a meta? I don't quite know, but they will definitely be very usable. I think both have already been quite usable in the past before, so I don't see why not now with a Wing Attack buff. Especially Charizard could be like a Talonflame with more play against dragons because of that spammy Dragon Claw paired with Wing Attack. For Master League, there have never been any Wing Attackers, and I don't think this buff will make any viable. Then moving on to a nerf to a Pokemon we're probably all sick and tired of seeing. Nidoqueen. Yes, Poison Fang is finally getting nerfed. It will get its energy increased, meaning that you will no longer be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Poison Fang your way to victory. Now, it's currently 35 energy, so I would guess it's probably going to be 40. I think 45 would be a bit ridiculous. And 40 is probably enough to not quite put Nidoqueen in its grave, but at least make it less overpowered. Now, when I first read this, I was kind of sad for my boy Golbat, a Pokemon I really enjoy using. But I don't think this nerf will change Golbat at all if you combine it with the Wing Attack buff. Previously, Golbat was able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Poison Fang just like Nidoqueen because it has a 7 energy generating Wing Attack. But now, if we get an 8 energy generating Wing Attack and it's a 40 energy Poison Fang, he'll still be able to do that. So I really do like what Niantic has done here with Golbat by, well, first buffing it with Wing Attack and then nerfing the Poison Fang, where Golbat stays basically the same Pokemon except with a faster Shadow Ball now. This way, Nidoqueen gets nerfed without also nerfing like the secondary Poison Fang user. For Great League, that is, of course, Ultra League Crobat is now big rip, probably, as you won't be able to get to your Poison Fangs as quick as you were used to. Then last but not least for the attack changes, probably the most requested nerf of all time. Charm, after I don't know how many seasons, is finally getting nerfed. I say finally because I am a bit relieved it's getting nerfed because I hate facing Charm. But on the other hand, I am a bit worried. I am a bit worried about dark types in particular, because Charm was the one move that really kept those in check. You know, your Umbreons, your Mandabuzzes, your Sableyes really got kept in check by Charm and not much else. So I am a bit worried they're gonna run rampant now, but honestly, I do also welcome that change, and we will just have to find a way to play around those. Also, Charm won't be nerfed massively. It's gonna change from 16 damage per Charm to 15, which isn't really that big of a decrease, but I do think it's big enough to where Charm can't just 2-shield through basically everything in the Great League, which I think is a very good thing. And then for Master League, I think this might make Charm almost unusable, as it already wasn't that great, I feel like. Especially in level 50 Masters, you just weren't charming Pokemon down soon enough, so you already had to use shields more than you wanted to. And then now that's gonna be even harder, so yeah. I'm not sure if that's exactly a good thing, because that would make dragons even stronger, but also we now have more other fairies or mainly just Zacian to keep the dragons in check, so maybe there isn't a big need for Charmers anymore anyway. Overall, extremely happy with this nerf, as this will at least make Charmers a little less strong in neutral matchups, but I am glad it was a small nerf, so it might still be viable to use as a dark or fighting counter. Besides the attack changes, we'll see some Pokemon get new moves like Pyro and Litleo, which will get Incinerate added to its moveset. Won't change a thing for Pyro as it will continue to be trash, but Litleo might have some fun with it. We've already seen Litleo have play in some limited format, which with just Ember or Fire Fang as a fast move, and honestly, Incinerate isn't really better. It's gonna be more of a side grade. I mean, on paper, Incinerate is a better move, but the 5-turn duration really holds it back. So honestly, I do feel like, in general, Ember or Fire Fang will still be better. But, you know, it's nice to just have the option. Litleo is truly gathering fire fast moves like Infinity Stones, as it already has 3 out of 4 fire fast moves in his move pool. I wouldn't want to see what happens once they add Fire Spin. Aggron, Sudowoodo, Auroras, and Tyrantrum will get access to Meteor Beam, which is a solid rock move that deals 120 damage for only 60 energy and guarantees you a 1-stage attack buff. I don't really think this will make him any more viable though, as well Aggron is Aggron. Sudowoodo already has a Rock Slide, and I'm not sure if it really wants to charge up 15 more energy to get to a rock move. Tyrantrum just doesn't charge that fast, so it'll already almost be dead before it reaches the Meteor Beam. And Auroras, well, Auroras might actually get some use out of it. It's bulky enough and spammy enough with Powder Snow to where it can actually reach a couple. But its typing really holds it back in the open leagues, of course, being double weak to fighting and also weak to water just isn't great, but maybe in a limited format we can see Meteor Beam Aurora shine. I think honestly though, Aggron probably got the biggest buff here, as Meteor Beam is a pretty busted move for PvE, so in raids, your Aggron will now be a little less weak, I guess. Next, they're giving Poltergeist to Dusknoir, Gourgeist, and Golurk, and I am stoked they're giving this move to more Pokemon, as it has such a beautiful animation, but we're not gonna see it anymore. Dusknoir is a useless Pokemon and already a Shadow Ball, so if you're gonna run it, which you shouldn't, you might as well just run Shadow Ball. Same with Gourgeist. Gourgeist is usable, but Trevenant is just better, and even if you're gonna run Gourgeist, Shadow Ball is probably just more consistent and better. And then we have Golurk, which will never reach a Poltergeist. So yeah, and it's also a bad Pokemon. So pretty useless additions to me. I do really like how they're giving these previous Community Day moves to new Pokemon now though, and to keep this up, they're giving high horsepower to Galarian Rapidash, Piloswine, and Mamoswine. Whilst this won't really make Galarian Rapidash any more viable, I do like how this gives it a ton more play versus Dark Poisons and Steel types, which previously it really struggled with. So in limited formats, Galarian Rapidash can really be a Swiss Army knife beast. For Pylo and Memo, this is just a strict upgrade over Bulldoze, as high horsepower is the same energy cost, but much higher damage. So we'll definitely see Piloswine shine in one of the limited Great League formats, and then Mamoswine will really take a place in Master League now. Especially in Premier or Premier Classic, as with high horsepower, it's able to take out Metagross more consistently. Finishing off with another Community Day move, Brutal Swing, which will get added to Ampharos and Galarian Weezing. Honestly, I don't really see this making too big of an impact, but with the right limited format, both these Pokemon could definitely make use of it. So overall, not too big of a change, but a good one nonetheless. That was it already. Like I said, not too many updates this time around, but some pretty impactful ones, especially with the Charm and Poison Fang nerf. Very interested to see how that will shape up the meta. Really wish we would have gotten more moveset updates though, besides just the Community Day moves. I mean, come on Niantic, I've been asking for Frenzy Plant, Hydro Cannon, Ludicolo for seasons now. When is it coming? Alright, we need some updates on that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.